Hello everybody, and I'm Jarvis, and welcome to another episode of the Arsenal 7 Football Manager, where we are driving for a dynasty. And last time you saw me, we were at the United game, which we won 1-0. And since then, I've been disappointed. First off, in the league, 2-1 against Southampton. A win, but not the prettiest of wins it was. We never really got going in this match. Never really got out, a staple of dominance that we are so used to. Like, we were better, but we never really dominated. As we'll watch the highlights here. First one coming via Lucas, and again, wasn't all that pretty. Like, wasn't the prettiest of goals. And then the second came via Rene Adelaide, where Alexis Sanchez had the ball on the wing, brings it back in nicely to Cazorla, and Cazorla picks out Rene Adelaide, who had a good finish. And the goal that we conceded, it's just hasn't been marked too well, has he? Next game up was a 1-1 draw against Sunderland, and another game that wasn't very good. Once again, we never really got going. Yes, we were the better team, but we didn't dominate like we usually do. And Rene Adelaide also got injured quite badly in this game, actually. The severe sprained ankle, which has left him out for a few weeks and is still out for a few weeks. Now, this first goal was a beauty. Lucky Sanchez banged it, and as you see, Sunderland were very much parking the bus. But that 1-0 lead didn't last all that long. I was stoked when it happened because they were parking the bus. We were struggling to really get anything going. And then off kickoff. Oh dear. Mustafi back passes to Check. Check. It's looking for options. Goes to Ake, and then Ake, I don't know what he does really here. He lost pass to Rene Adelaide, who wasn't really in a position to go anywhere at all. Then Oviedo, it goes to Kazri. Then once again, Ake at fault here as he passes it inwards, and just not good, is it? And then it got even worse. Now, I have to keep in mind, these were a string of away games. So, I'm not horribly deflated as they were away games, but nonetheless, we should have got, I think, at minimum 7 points from them. So, we'll take it as it comes, but 3 points from 3 matches is not good enough. We should have had 7. And you'll see the results of where we are on the table in the league, and we've been quite fortunate as well. The first one was a Giroud stunner, though, and I was feeling good. We were dominating the game at that point, and I was feeling happy with how things were going. Coming out at halftime, we were still very much on top of the game, and we put a second on the board through a sensational little cross by Chamberlain, and Giroud converting again. Nelson almost took it away from him, but then things just went downhill really. And the thing is, they weren't errors so much by us; it was just good play by them. As we see Sigurdsson coming down the wing, Bellerin does well, he closes him down, but Sigurdsson just picks out Narsing. And admittedly, yes, I think that is... is that Ake? Chamberlain should have probably done a bit better in marking him, but like I said, that was just more a brilliant cross, brilliant pass. So I was like, with that one, okay. But this one, second goal by Swansea, by Tom Carroll, we shouldn't have turned it over there. Llorente plays Narsing in behind. Oxlade caught out of possession once again. Narsing just brings it back to Norton, who puts in the cross. And really, Mustafi, Xhaka, Koscielny and Mustafi all should have done far better with that. That was very disappointing that we conceded there. And it was another draw. Oops. So not the greatest run of results, but I've got 2 cup games for you today. The FA Cup third round and the first leg of the EFL Cup semi-finals. And as you can see, it is January. So, I'm looking around, making decisions, and first thing you see is we are over the wage budget. So, yeah, that isn't the greatest. And we have no money to spend because as we go to the board, we asked, but they never really gave us an option to buy. See if we can get some money in. No, Crowan K says no. Just see if we can get anything that we really want to bring the club forward. Let's hold a trial day. Let's do this. Okay, cool. Anyway, so yeah, we're committed to spending 670k. We're over the budget though, due to a few players sitting on the transfer list that haven't been picked up. One of which is Kieran Gibbs, who we are trying to frantically offload. And I think I am going to put a price in his head this time, because with Ake and Chamberlain hanging out there, there is no need for Kieran Gibbs. And we are better off getting a rotation player. The other one on the list is Gabriel Paul-Lister, who has got an offer sitting there from Sheng Hong, and he is really just weighing up what he wants to do. So I am actually going to offer him out for 20 million, just see if we can have anyone bite for the lad. And yeah, Coquelin is unhappy. He wants to play more, and he has been playing more. And he'll play again in this game. We'll just quickly look at the appearances, and really, yeah, he has had the shortest, amount of playing time. Elneny a bit ahead of him, but substitute appearances I thought he would be more happy with. Alas, he hasn't, but in terms of being that rock in defence, he has been far our best player, so I do not want to let go of him. So, any ideas of who I should buy? Comment down below. And yeah, we're getting into this game. As you can see, this is who we are going with. Post FA Cup game, bit of a rotated side, giving our main core of players a bit of a rest, plus our 2 transferred players not too fast. Actually, we'll give Chamberlain a rest, bring Gibbsy in. So yeah, this is our starting 11. We've got a solid midfield. I felt midfield was important for this game, just to control it. Decent front 3. We didn't have much other options, with Welbeck still getting healthy. Sanchez wanted a rest, and Renee Adelaide is still out for 2 to 3 weeks, and Theo Walcott is out for 3 to 4. So still struggling on that front a bit. Almost down to bare bones. So hopefully nothing else happens. Worst comes to worst, we move Oxlade up the pitch, or Lucas plays out wide. But this is the squad we are moving into this first cup fixture with, and it's first game back for Per Mertesacker in the senior side, and he is of course going to take the armband, Per Mertesacker, as he is still our captain. As injured as he is still the captain. So score predictions for this game down below in the comments. I am going to go with a 3-0 Arsenal, and we're really going to get our season back on track a bit. Oh, I forgot to show you the Premier League standings as they are. We're a point off of Chelsea. So even though we dropped 4 points in our last 2 games, we haven't really fallen off the pace all that much. As you can see, Chelsea as of late, if we can look at their schedule, they had a big win, but they also drew to Swansea. I don't know why I'm clicking on it. They also drew to Swansea and Hull. So they also had their little draws, and then a win against West Brom put them back up next to us. Then United, Tottenham and Liverpool are rounding out the rest of the top 5. So really, City have caught up a bit. They're having the kind of season that United had in real life, where they are just off the pace. They'll probably sit in 6th and look to build that gap. Everton's still struggling down low. Definitely was not expecting that. Not at all. Bournemouth's doing well, and that is pretty much the league, and it's a while until we get around to the Champions League, which is in about a month and a bit. Month and a week. So we'll probably only see league games up until now, and a few transfer specials. So I will jump to the next cup game where you'll see the next game, but after this one, of course. And if anything happens, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'm not sure where I'm going to jump to. We'll find out. But for now, FA Cup third round tie versus Peterborough. As we see Madison, who is a decent little player, he is. Marcus Madison. Bit familiar with the lad. He's good, well-rounded player. He can really make things happen for you in that front third. So I think he's the man to watch for us in this game. They are running a diamond, so hopefully with our overlapping runs out wide, we can look to put a bit of pressure as Gibbs just gives it away far too easily there. Mertesacker heads it, not really to anyone, heads it again not to anyone, but Ramsey claims the ball. Now, they are very defensive by the looks of it so far, playing almost a 7 at the back, but it does not matter as Lucas scores a goal and puts us 1-0 up within a minute. And a gorgeous little assist by Gibbs, and hopefully that causes some suitors to come for the lad. My reasoning behind playing him is we've already got transfers basically arranged for Gabriel. People will come in because he has played enough, but Gibbs hasn't played all too much, so giving him a game here will hopefully showcase his talent and hopefully get some people to buy to come in and meet that £10 million valuation for the lad. I'll let him go for 8 probably, maybe 7.5 depending on the team, but I'm definitely wanting to move him on and get some more cash flow into the club, because financially we're in a bit of a sticky situation, and the board isn't wanting to give us all that much more money. So really I want to get some more money in from Gibbs and Gabriel. So as you know, there is a lot of youth intake happening around about now, so I would like a bit of money on my books to poach the best talent from around the world. I have been scouting and looking at some quality players, and I'll show them to you after the episode, after this game, of who, has impressed, who has been very good. As we see Mustafi going forward, finds Ramsey looking out wide to Nelson, finds Tolisso inside to Nelson. You know what, I'm going to show you now so I do not forget. After this highlight though, Mertesacker, make a good decision, Mertesacker! He falls asleep. Nichols coming forward, good save by Ospina, and Mertesacker got caught sleeping a bit there, didn't he? And it does end up going out for a corner. So we will have to defend here. Mertesacker, hopefully his big body, heads this ball clear. And Mustafi is the one doing the heading though. Reece Nelson, he will not get there. Smith will win that running race. But Nelson immediately looks to press, and I'll show you the youth that we've been scouting. I've scouted every single youth intake player that has occurred, which is why I love a huge scouting network. And also players that my scouts do pick up. Come on, load. I'm waiting for this ball to disappear so I know it is loaded. There's a lot of players that we have found. 4,286 to be exact. So I'm going to drop the position, and once again the players shoot up to 25,000. Now I'm going to go 17-year-olds. Then I am going to click on Scouts main details. So these are players that we've found. So not all the players we've found so far. I didn't realize Lecker had this high potential. May have to look at that, but that valuation is going to be high because obviously they will want to keep hold of him. Let's bring it down to 16, and there has been a few decent little regions come through. Nothing really all that amazing yet. Where are the regions? I want to go scouted actually, because they have been scouted. Gee whiz, I'm all over the place. Age. Let's go 15 and 16 and 17. Yeah, so these are the players that we have looked at. Like I said, there are a lot of good young talents. A few of them were preloaded into the game, but we have started to get a bit of an idea of who would be okay looking at. And there are some quality players for very cheap, like this Luka Gusic guy. Not a regen, ready-made player that exists in real life, but also there are some very expensive players like Sessegnon. So it's really, I'm looking around, I'm wanting to find players whose contract status is use. I want to find use players that I could come in and swoop up. And there hasn't been all that many quite yet. Kane Wilson, there's been this goalkeeper that I've been eyeing off. There hasn't really been any of those like eye openers, like, ooh, that's who I want. So we also have a very large queue, which we are just waiting to scout and get into. And this is all from players in December that we have scouted or picked up off of the radar. And yeah, it's really just been a long look and evaluating where, who do we go after? Who do we want? And in case you don't know, the way you can see the use intake is you go world, you go transfers, take this little tab, you click on use intake, and this is what's happened so far in January. So I've looked at everyone from the 2nd. We haven't done the 6th yet. So what I'll do is I'll click, then I'll go down the bottom and I'll hold down my shift key, I'll click, and that selects all of them. Then basically I get a scouting report, and we'll get scouting reports on all these players. And yeah, they'll be in our system scouting network, and then we can value them and see who we want. Which is why I want money in the bank, because if we find an absolute screamer of a kid that is absolutely sensational, that we want really badly, I want him to be there. And I want to have the money to bring him in. We come into the halftime break 1-0 up, and I'm not pleased. We're better. And Taliso, you need to do better as well. So I'm going to individually try and motivate you, which does motivate the lad. And the fact that we only have 60% possession against Peterborough is ridiculous. Let's look to hold possession a bit more and look to pick them apart with our passing, because with Ozil behind the front three, we can create those good passing angles. And Iwobi's been very disappointing, hasn't he? Ozil hasn't been great either. Looking at the stats for the players, our pass completion rate hasn't been great from Iwobi, really. Everyone else has been alright, but yeah, hasn't been too flash, has it? Hasn't been too flash at all. And Lucas has been very poor as well, so the only thing that's teaming that rating up is that goal. And let's look to make a change now. I'm going to bring Danny Welbeck in, and I'll bring him in for Iwobi. And I believe that's the only change I'm going to make right now. I'm looking at condition for a few players, getting a bit tired. If Coquelin picks up a yellow, he may come off at El Neni. We'll wait and see though. We have been better though in this second half. It looks like we are going to come away with a 1-0 lead. Oh no, may change though. But Gibbs wins that. Ozil now goes forward to Nelson. Nelson to Lucas. And Lucas will look at Danny Welbeck. Can't find him. Smith will swoop in, take the ball. And all of a sudden, Peterborough are on the front foot. But Mertesacker says no to that idea. And he finds Lucas, who goes out wide to Nelson. Nelson looking to beat his man. He does. Brings it back well. But into the man. It's the right idea, just couldn't pick out the pass. Now Peterborough back in possession of the ball. And they find a gap. And Samuelson looks to exploit it. Finds Nichols. And Nichols tries to chip. And it goes over. Nichols went for the chip. I don't know why he would have gone for the chip, but he did, and we're very, very fortunate. Where I think we haven't been the best team this game. I think we've been outperformed by Peterborough, and that frankly isn't good enough. And they're coming forward again here through Mikhail Smith, who dribbles it out for some unforeseen reason. But that will be enough to get us over the line with a 1-0 win, and it hasn't been a pretty 1-0 win, has it? I probably should have changed to a roaming playmaker in the middle once I saw they had a stacked midfield. It's probably a bit of a coaching error, but nonetheless, against a team of Peterborough's caliber, I felt we should have done far, far better. But we rested players and we got the win, so we can take that away from the game, at least. Leon have made an offer for Kieran Gibbs. 7.5. If you give me 7.5 monthly installments of 2.5 over the next 12 months, they bite on that, and I'm very happy to let Gibbs go for that money. Now, I'm going to reject that 15 million. That isn't good enough. View offer. Let me counter it. Push it up to 20. Suggest terms, and I feel that it's acceptable, and I will accept that offer. Now, can I cancel previous Gabriel offers? I cannot. Oh, I can. Let me get rid of this loan one. Get rid of this one. Offer isn't good enough anymore. Can I view offer and change it? No. Okay, I'm going to reject it then, because we've got a better offer on the table through Jiangsu for 20 million quid. So we'll accept that one, and we'll leave it up to Gabriel, you know, if he wants to go there. With the money they throw at him, I'll be surprised if he says no. Well, guys, I'm going to take a super quick cut, and we will get into this next game. Actually, we're at 22 minutes. I may just chill with you guys for a bit, and I may leave the EFL Cup for next episode. And this episode is a transfer special. So you've seen a bit of wheeling and dealing. Oh, I forgot to show you. So Dodo, who Arsene Wenger picked up at the start, and good grief, 79 messages. Dodo came into the club. He is here. Didn't get a work permit, but we immediately transferred him out to our... Well, he should have been immediately transferred out. Transfer. Why won't it let us offer the club's loan offer? Targets, clubs to propose to, other. Oh dear, what's their name? Why isn't it coming up? Development. I want to move him to... Oh, he's under bid for Estac Trays. Okay, cool. So he came in, decent little potential, is an alright player. Yeah. Wenger rated him highly, brought him in for 4.4 million, which is a decent amount of money. Can play as a wing back, which I guess is the main reasoning behind it. So we'll loan him out and yeah, see if he accepts that loan offer. Now we've got plenty of reports coming back from players we are scouting, and I'm just looking at potential ability, if there are any at 4 stars. And yeah, it doesn't look like there are any that are too good coming back. If I miss any, let me know. I'll go back and scout them. But it looks like this is it. It is that is it. And oh, that's good news. Iwobi has developed his weaker foot. He is still right-footed according to our man, but let's further develop that weak foot. if Iwobi becomes two-footed, he will be lethal. Because that allows us to play him on either side of the pitch, which is what I would love. Now, Gillingham have come in for Willock. Chris Willock hasn't been all that impressive, really. His level of play is very well suited to Sky Bet League 1. And I think it is best for him. Oh no. People are coming in for Toral on a free, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to sell him. Tricky contract. Oh, there's a contract extension clause. Yes, please. Come in, Toral. Haha. All these deals and people trying to get him on free fall through. Now, transfer offer to clubs for 5 million quid. Now who wants him? Now Willock, do I want to let him go? I think he is needing first team football in order to be at the best he can be. So let's suggest terms. They feel that is acceptable. So we will offer him out, and he better be playing in that attacking midfield position. Otherwise we will simply call him back, because we want to develop as an attacking midfielder. And a very sneaky move by us to extend Toral's contract, because I want that money for him. I don't want to let, a few million quid walk for free. And his contract is so small, I'm okay with that. Jenkinson is set to go out on loan for a decent amount. And yeah, really didn't need him. So, just a smart move by us to get him off the books. Well, get him... No, he's not off the books, I don't believe. But we're earning money on him as well from being out on loan. He is off. They're not paying the wage, but they're paying 50 million quid per month. And let's just get match reports on him, just to keep an eye on him. See how he goes from Arsene Wenger. And yeah, made 250k. And we made 1.5 million loaning him out to West Ham 1 year ago. So really, we've made decent money on the lad. Hopefully we can sell, though. We want to sell him rather than lose him for free, because obviously 8 million trumps that. Got a few players where their reports are finishing, and more reports coming on in. And let's get through all of these and see if any 4-stars come through. Not looking promising so far. Got a few close, but nothing really breaking that 4-star mark, which is what we're looking for. And nothing does break the 4-star mark. No offers for Toral. Let's just make that offer a bit less. Let's say, not more, 4 million for Toral. I'd love to move into Rangers if possible, because I do have a bit of a soft spot for them. Good friend of mine is a Rangers fan. So we are looking around and trying to evaluate the squad. And Dodo is off to Estac Trees. Which I'm happy with. They're a nifty little club, so that should help us. Let's quickly make sure Wenger is getting scouting reports on the lad. Because, that's what Arsene Wenger does. And to finish off the episode, let's watch the draw. Here we are. Who are we going to get pitted against in the next round of the FA Cup? We'll find out soon. Naturally, we would love to see a lower league side. And we'll see what happens. And haven't seen our name called yet. I wonder who we are going to get. Don't get United. That would be awful. Really, yeah, naturally we want lower league sides because we don't want to really have to go through these big sides until we have to at the later stages. City, that would be a bad matchup. City Chelsea, that is huge. And here is Arsenal. We've got a home game against Watford. So a decent little side Watford are, which, you know, it could cause complications. But being at home, I am confident going into that game. Well guys, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. And leave a comment down below what you would do with our options in the January transfer window. Should I do anything? Should I sit tight? Let me know down below. Have a good day and see ya.